The Sea is History, by Derek Walcott, is a powerful and evocative poem that delves into the history of the Caribbean and its people, emphasizing the sea as a central symbol of cultural memory and identity. Through rich imagery and lyrical language, Walcott explores themes of colonialism, memory, and the reclamation of history, presenting the sea as a repository of the past and a witness to the unfolding human drama. The poem begins with a question: where are your monuments, your battles, martyrs? This question is directed at the Caribbean people, probing the absence of traditional historical markers like monuments and written records. Walcott's response suggests that the sea holds the true history of the Caribbean, encapsulating the collective memory and experiences of its people. This sets the stage for a deep exploration of the sea as both a literal and metaphorical archive of history. Walcott uses vivid and striking imagery to depict the sea's role in preserving history. He describes the ocean as containing bones of ancestors, treasures, and ceremonies, suggesting that the sea has absorbed the lives and events that have shaped the Caribbean. This imagery emphasizes the idea that the true history of the region is not written in books or etched in stone, but rather preserved in the natural world, particularly the sea. The poem delves into the brutal history of slavery and colonialism in the Caribbean. Walcott references the Middle Passage, the horrific journey endured by enslaved Africans across the Atlantic Ocean. The sea, in this context, is a witness to the suffering and resilience of those who were enslaved. By situating the history of slavery within the sea, Walcott underscores the enduring impact of this traumatic period on the collective memory and identity of the Caribbean people. Walcott's language is rich with biblical references and religious imagery, drawing parallels between the sea and spiritual narratives. He likens the sea to a Bible that contains the sacred stories of the Caribbean. This comparison elevates the sea to a sacred status, positioning it as a source of spiritual and historical knowledge. The use of religious imagery also highlights the themes of redemption and salvation, suggesting that reclaiming and understanding this history is a form of liberation. The poem reflects on the process of reclaiming and understanding this submerged history. Walcott emphasizes the importance of memory and storytelling in preserving the past. He suggests that by acknowledging and honoring the history contained within the sea, the Caribbean people can reclaim their cultural identity and heritage. This process of reclamation is portrayed as both a personal and collective journey, essential for healing and empowerment. Walcott critiques the traditional Eurocentric view of history, which often marginalizes or erases the experiences of colonized peoples. By centering the sea as the locus of Caribbean history, he challenges the dominance of written records and official narratives. This critique underscores the poem's broader themes of resistance and decolonization, advocating for a more inclusive and holistic understanding of history that honors the voices and experiences of the oppressed. The poem also explores the theme of transformation. Walcott describes the sea as a dynamic and ever-changing force, mirroring the evolving nature of history and identity. This fluidity reflects the ongoing process of cultural transformation in the Caribbean, shaped by historical events and personal experiences. The sea's constant motion symbolizes the resilience and adaptability of the Caribbean people, who continue to navigate the legacies of their past. Walcott's use of language is lyrical and musical, capturing the rhythm and cadence of the sea. His poetic style enhances the sensory experience of the poem, allowing readers to feel the movement and power of the ocean. The musicality of the language also evokes the oral traditions of the Caribbean, emphasizing the importance of spoken word and storytelling in preserving history. The poem concludes with a reflection on the enduring presence of the sea in the lives of Caribbean people. Walcott suggests that the sea's history is not only a record of the past but also a living, breathing part of the present. This continuity emphasizes the idea that history is not a static or distant concept, but an integral part of everyday life and identity. The sea, in this sense, becomes a symbol of both memory and hope, carrying the past into the future. The Sea is History, by Derek Walcott, is a profound and evocative exploration of the Caribbean's history and identity. Through rich imagery and lyrical language, Walcott presents the sea as a central repository of cultural memory, encompassing the experiences of slavery, colonialism, and resilience. The poem challenges traditional narratives of history, emphasizing the importance of reclaiming and honoring the past to understand and shape the present and future. Ultimately, Walcott's work is a powerful meditation on the enduring impact of history and the sea's role as both witness and keeper of the Caribbean's collective memory.